Hi dear viewers and welcome to Display Repair. How many times have you seen drivers drive in reverse using only the side view mirrors? I've seen that as a young driver lots of times, and to be honest, as a driver I highly admired it as a big driving skill. And it is. And in this video we're going to show you how to learn that, how to do that, and you don't have to use it all the time, but it does come in handy. Not only to show off, but to be safe and to park your car in reverse in a safe manner. So stay tuned.
DisplayRepair.com. Be sure to visit us at our website DisplayRepair.com, where you can find more useful car and driving tips.
Now dear viewers, sorry a bit for the poor lighting. This is the most important part if you want to drive in reverse using the side view mirrors. You have to adjust the mirrors properly. In my opinion, the best view you have is when you can see this lower part, as you can see here, the lower part of the car and the doorknobs. So if you have a view like this one. On the other side, this is the view you want to get. You can see clearly the edges of the vehicle and where it ends, so you have a clear perspective. What you want to see is a clear edge of the vehicle on both sides. If the side view mirrors are not set up this way, be sure to do this before you start driving. One more thing before you start. Make sure that you have enough space, and this is also very important, between the obstacle that you have parked beside you and your car. In this case, there are two concrete pillars on this shed. You can see the pillar right there. In this case, I have a wide clearance between the car and the shed, and I'm ready to go. It's safe. You must also know that rear view mirrors have a distorted lens. I think I've used the right expression. So this, in real life, this gap between the car and the pillar may be bigger or smaller depending on the mirror, but just have this in mind, But if you drive your car for a longer period of time, you'll know this and you'll get used to this. It's the same here. As you can see, on the other side, there is a very wide gap between the pillar and the car. Now, we'll take the car out of the shed in reverse. Start the car. Put it in reverse. I have the check engine light. Again, the fuel quality in my country is pretty bad, so it's always an issue. One more thing. Before starting to move, always make sure that you do this slowly, okay? There is no being fast, hasty, don't show off, always do this slowly. You never know if something slips from your view, and you may cause a problem. So always do this slowly. If you drive a manual car, we've made a video specifically about how to use the clutch of a manual car. Use the clutch and the gas pedal wisely, moderately. Don't rush into anything. So we're going into reverse, and as you can see, you see that gap. It's moving, the pillar is moving, no problem. We'll look at the other side. We've already passed the concrete pillar. And now we'll turn the car and park it in reverse into the shed. Now, besides considering the gap between the car and the pillar, another good thing to do when parking the car into reverse in a parking space, in a shed in this case, or in some other kind of situation, is to first align the car with the parking space as much as you can, okay? For instance, I have for orientation this road to my house, and when I aligned the car with these two tracks here, I'm safe to say that even with that, I could park the car into reverse. When aligning the car like this, you seriously reduce the possibility of making a mistake and causing some sort of accident, hitting a pillar, in this case, hitting some other car. Another tip would be to use the main mirror just as help. And of course, you can look back and see if the whole parking space is clear. I would recommend doing this in any case, since using the side view mirrors only has one big disadvantage, and that is that you have a big blind spot when getting into reverse. For instance, something can be hidden between the tailgate, a kid, God forbid, an animal, some other sort of obstacle that can damage the car. So if you can, always turn a bit around and see if everything is okay. And now we start going under the shed. Now this is what I'm talking about. Watch one side, release the clutch slowly, slowly go back. Then look at the other side. As you can see, there is a big, nice gap between the car and the pillar, and just go straight in reverse. This is perhaps not perfect. There's a bigger gap on this side, but no problem. We are safely going inside the shed. Okay, problem. There is the pillar. Stop there. One pillar, another pillar, and the car is inside the shed without any problems. It would be the same situation if, for instance, you are parking between two cars. If you're parking in some sort of garage or something, it is the same principle. So you have to watch both of the mirrors as simultaneously as possible. Use the main rear view mirror as help. And of course, take it slowly, take it easy, and you can't rush this kind of driving. So dear viewers, as you've seen, nothing complicated. All you have to do is to be careful, watch both of the side viewers simultaneously. Again, best align the car with the parking space before that. You'll seriously reduce the possibility of problems. One of the key moments is to do this slowly. Don't drive like a maniac, and by slow driving, you will seriously reduce the possibility of causing a problem. All in all, stay safe. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your time. I hope this video helps. If you find the time, visit us at our channel where you'll find lots of other car related, maintenance related, driving related, all in all car related topics that I think may help you around the car. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.